You should intro us.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Hi, welcome back to our channel.
Charlotte, we just grabbed freshly out of the theater.
Yes.
You literally just performed.
Like still sweaty.
Still sweaty. It's all good. She's glowing.
She's glowing.
Katie is judging this weekend.
Yes, I am judging this weekend. I judge pre-competitive. I am judging ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Filming a bunch.
Yes.
Hosting a bunch. So we're here.
Yes. And pre-competitive is ages 9 to 11. Mm-hmm. The junior category, which is the biggest category at YGP, is 12 to 14. How old are you, Charlotte?
I'm 14.
You're 14. Okay, so you're almost in the senior category.
Yeah, my last year.
Your last year?
Yeah, but I'm happy because I've been at finals all 3 years of my junior year. So
okay.
Yeah. Nice. I'm here with my friend Brielle and my other friends from Southland Ballet Academy.
Cool. Yeah. We're also cowgirls.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. All Cali girls.
All Cali girls.
Cowgirls. I was like, yeehaw.
I saw you going with it.
I was like, yeah, sure. Let me get my boots on.
Okay, so you're judging.
Yes.
Do you see different trends throughout the different years that
Yes.
Okay. What's the trend this year?
1,000%. And I'm trying to talk to the mic, so forgive me if I'm right now. Variations go through a trend. One year, it was Esmeralda, and every other person did Esmeralda.
What is that?
Last year was the one with the dress with the red roses.
Oh, Awakening of Flora.
Awakening of Flora. There we go.
Yeah.
That was the big trend last year, and this year in the pre-competitives, it was La Femelle Garde.
So how important is it to have a unique variation? Is it like a breath of fresh air?
It is kind of a breath of fresh air, which I want to talk to Charlotte about because she picked a very rare variation, which as a judge is, when it comes out, you get excited. I hate to say this, but if it's one that everybody does all the time, you have to kill it because we've seen 18 of these. You've got to be the one to stand out. You've got to be the one to give it extra. But a rare variation, it's a chance to we kind of perk up a little bit. So what did you dance?
So I did a rare variation from the Flames of Paris.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all hops, the entire thing, but I love hopping, so.
Nice.
Shoe
strong
killer.
Yeah.
Shoe killer. Charlotte, how did you choose your variation?
So I was scrolling through Instagram. That's how I found it. I was scrolling and I found this variation. I've never seen it before. And I immediately fell in love. And I showed my teacher, Miss Hannah, and I was like, Miss Hannah, I have to do it. And immediately her reaction was, no way. Too many hops. But I learned it anyways, and everybody loved it after I did it. And
wow.
Yeah, it's just become like my favorite variation.
Oh my,
I love it.
I feel like this is kind of rare, no?
Yeah,
usually your teacher's like, no, do you not know yourself? But this is interesting.
Sometimes you trust your teacher to pick it. Sometimes you gotta
trust yourself.
Make the case.
Let's talk pointe shoes.
So when you have a kid who's doing YGP,
yes,
and they come to you saying, I am doing this variation, does the variation matter what shoes you put them in?
What they're doing in the variation definitely matters. If it's a classical variation with lots of toe hops, then we want something that's going to last a little bit longer because your shoe's going to die really fast.
Yeah.
So we want something that lasts a little bit longer for your mom's sake. And then also,
you're welcome, parents.
You're welcome, parents. And then we want to make sure that it's nice and stable. If we need a slightly wider platform or a box that's a little bit more square, we go to that direction. So what you dance on stage really matters what kind of pointe shoes you wear. I really like this shoe on you. The only thing that I might change is because you're doing a variation that is heavy on toe hops, I'm going to give you something that's a little bit longer lasting. When you're doing YGP, you don't want to switch your shoes too close to competition.
No.
So if audition season is coming up, if you have a show coming up, if you have YGP coming up, or any other competition, I don't want to switch your shoes. So after you're done with competition and you know that you have a little bit of time, then I'll put you in something else.
So Charlotte, how long have you been in these shoes?
These shoes are 2 weeks old and they're dead.
How quickly do you typically go through your shoes?
After a week of wearing them, they feel dead. So I have to rest them for a few days so they can reharden. I say maximum they last 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Your poor parents. I love this shoe on you. I think it looks very pretty. The only thing I'm going to change is something with a slightly different shank. So this one's going to be a little bit harder, but as you can see, the shape is very similar. The platform is about the same size, but this one is made out of a synthetic material. Even if she was wearing this shoe and switched over to this, even though this is a different model, it'll dance very similarly because the shape of the shoe on the inside is the same. Because every pointe shoe is made on top of a last, and all these lasts have different shapes. And it's important for you to stay within the same shape so that it feels the same. So let's say you're coming to me maybe a month before YGP. My mom's like, I can't do this anymore. You're killing shoes too quickly. Then I would switch you shoes, but keep you in the same family so you don't have to relearn how to dance in different types of shoes. I think the main thing for you is just finding you something that will last a little bit longer. And then you can also switch off because I'm not switching much else. Like it's a very similar shoe, just made out of a different material. So again, you don't have to adjust your dancing. What other pointe shoes have you worn before?
Well, I started in Block Heritage. That was my very first shoe. I wore Capizio Avas for one day, and I did not like them. And then I wore Novas for a long time. I really liked Novas.
Right.
And then I found Stream Points, and I liked Stream Points, but I didn't have the right size. So I tried like a pair of Russian Points. I tried Smart Points.
Yes.
And I just didn't like any of them. And then I finally found the right like shank and size of Stream Point. I finally found something that I'm like decently happy with, but you know, I feel like they're still not perfect for me. So
yeah, it's not uncommon to go through this journey of like going through multiple shoes. You probably had Katie just found her shoe like last year.
22 years.
It took her 22 years to find her shoe. I'm just going to see what this shoe looks like on you. And if it feels the same, I would rather you wear this shoe when you're going through that many pointe shoes at a time. We don't have any competitions coming up in the future. So now is the time to experiment to see how different shoes will work for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's April. And the other thing is I would not experiment right before a summer intensive.
Right.
You want to go to your summer intensive feeling secure, feeling
Yes.
confident, not feeling like you have somebody else's legs on.
Right.
So experiment in April and May after YAGP, before recitals, and before summer intensives.
Yes. So you can see that the left shoe is breaking a lot faster than the right, and that's because you're a left footer.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Which foot do you like to hop on?
I do both.
You do both. Okay, great. So your left foot is just bendier.
Yeah.
You're breaking your shoes pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I like the shoe on you. It looks pretty stable. Step up onto both feet. So these are going to stay this way because it's made out of a different material that's synthetic. It's going to last much, much longer. It's lifting her up. When dancers go from a traditional shoe to a synthetic shoe, they typically feel like they have to get their pointe shoe fitted as if the shoes were brand new, but it needs to feel like it's broken in. That looks gorgeous.
Thanks, Charlotte.
No problem.
This has been lovely.
What's for you in the future?
I don't know. Honestly, I want to dance, but I'm also really interested in going to college. So
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
You can do both.
You can do both.
You can do
You
both
can
now.
absolutely do both.
yeah.
Didn't used to be able to, but now you
Right.
can. Yeah. But anyway,
Great.
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.